Hello, it's me. Do, 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 do. Guess this is what I should be.
Tell my story.
Hey, Nikki. How are you doing today? Yeah, I thought you were supposed to be working. I don't know if I condone that sort of behavior. I know if I was still working at the library, I'd be doing the same thing. So, how's your day going? Did you get enough sleep? I heard you were out running around in the middle of the night for no good reason. You know, multitasking is good. But I was always, more of a unitasker at the most. Throw this out there in case anybody comes in. I don't know if any of the gang will be joining me. This was a spur of the moment decision for me, so I sent the thing out saying I'm going live. You know, on that subject, I do try to actually listen to what people are saying. The way you put that, you listen and formulate the response at the same time. But you notice there's a lot of people who you start talking and their brain goes immediately to what they want to say. So they don't really hear most of what you're telling them. May I inquire what sort of work you do? I'm not sure. After I said about listening to people, I do listen to people, but I also forget a lot. So if you've ever said it, I don't remember. I worked with a lady for a while who was a talker, And the one time we used to have like there'd be like these quarterly seminars coming up. Implementation representative for a software development company. Oh, okay. Sounds cool. Um, but yeah, she was a real talker, and we'd have these seminars. And one seminar coming up, and Mitch was about effective communication. And I remember she said, "Well, I'm not going to need that one." Because one thing about it was she knew she was a talker. And I didn't bother saying to her, but I thought, yeah, you really do, because you're a lousy communicator, because you talk and you talk and you talk, but you never listen to what people say because you're too busy thinking about what you want to say. Anyway, I will mention that you notice I said you have an hour. So I want to mention every once in a while that I am out of here at 1 o'clock. So hopefully nothing happens and this gets interesting. So how's all the poultry today, Mitch? They out there happily eating insects and stuff? I I would disagree with you partly. I don't think communication means you necessarily have to come to an agreement. If we're just talking communication, but it does mean both sides have to understand what is being discussed. You know, I think of communication kind of like a radio station or something. One station, the station is broadcasting, but there's no actual communication unless somebody's got a radio and is receiving it. So as I hear rambling on,
Good morning or afternoon. Oh,
and this is what we call radio interference. Also one of the impediments to proper communication.
Yes.
So you came in at a good time. I could use you
can use
as
me.
a lesson. We were just talking about effective communication. And I'm saying it's, you have to send and receive. A lot of people don't receive. But one of the things that can mess up communication is static, and you just came in and you represented static. Now Killen will come in and he can represent something else as an impediment to proper communication.
Okay. So I'm static. You're sending and receiving, and what's Killen going to be?
I'm the radio station. Nikki and Mitch right now have their radios on and they're receiving.
Okay.
You were the static that came in there and was impeding the proper, and Killen is just the scary guy that will come in and the radio station is afraid to go on the air.
I like that, static. Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I just came over from a heated and laughed political discussion, and one of the guys who agrees with me ideologically, he kept doing that thing where he talks over people, people won't shut up when he's interrupting, and that pisses him off. And I'm like, in communication, you got to transmit and receive. You're just transmitting and blocking. And I come over here and you're talking about communication. I'm like, wow, get out of my brain, Muckster.
And I'm also using, and I'm sitting here using those same transmit and receive.
Yeah. I ended up calling him a diode. He's he flows one way but not the other. Boom. Hello, old Nikki. Hello, old guy Mitch. Hello, Nikki. Oh, is it just Nikki and old guy Mitch?
Oh, yeah, that's all that have made themselves known so far.
Okay. Are you open panel or are you?
Yeah, I did put it. I put it out there.
Okay, so you don't want to just transmit; you want to receive too. Okay, I'm gonna plug it out. Yeah, I do.
And while we're on that subject, we also have to mention that we're not. Sometimes we think we're communicating, but we don't. Like I could say, of course, I can't think of a good example for my communication right now, but I could say something like, I really like Nikki. Okay.
No confrontation.
Right. And you're hearing, yeah, he likes Nikki. Nikki's friendly. Nikki's a nice person. Mitch could be hearing, did Muckster just say he's in love with a married woman? You know what I mean?
There are reception problems. Even though transmission's fine, there are reception problems, yes.
Hello, Chris.
For public safety, how you doing? Did you watch Todd's threat from last night? I forgot to go check it out. They were talking about the 1911. I didn't get the full context, but I know what a 1911 is.
Oh,
I never did go back and look.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I neglected my homework. I didn't do my homework.
Well, luckily for me, since I am totally uninterested in Todd anyway, but YouTube won't let me watch it because I can't even watch live stuff after it's recorded. I cannot even watch us on YouTube.
I did last night just to make sure this new microphone isn't confused. Oh, you're probably wondering why the new background or the other background.
You got a new boat?
A new boat. No, it's the same old boat. Usually I'm up here with this background, and I just bought a new microphone and these things. And while I'm trying to talk, someone in the chat keeps talking about my speakers. I'm like, oh, feedback. So I plug these things in, and we're having a conversation. I see in the chat, oh, speakers. I'm like, is something wrong with this thing? I actually went back to this thing. And they said the speakers the third time, and I realized they're talking my bleed over into my speakers. These things back here. I'm like, oh, I was doing just fine. It was my virtual. Did I just screw up my audio? Can you still hear me? Oh,
yeah. Can, but do we want to? That's the question. And hello, Stephanie.
I wasn't even aware these were speakers back here. I'm just looking for backgrounds that work with my bleed over. This has some bleed over. Stephanie Jenks, how is you? FPS, really? I want to say allegedly Minecraft. Yes, someone came in the chat last night, Stephanie, and started talking about, I think they said in GS's gaming channel, he was talking about going to Chris's house and something about, I'm paraphrasing a third-hand quote, so I don't know what actually went down, but allegedly this person says that General Specific said, I'm going to Chris' house and he better have his pew ready. I'm like, oh my, I don't know what that implies, but then he said he specifically mentioned the 1911, which is a 45, and for public safety, forward it to Muck if Muck is caught up with his email. There's one person worse of email than Stone Vet, and that is this guy right over here. I'm kidding. He's actually pretty good up to the email. Actually, says the guy hasn't even checked his email today. Go ahead and talk, guys. I'm going to look at my email.
The guy who hasn't seen the email that I sent him.
Oh my! Oh, there's a couple of them. I don't care about the spam. Go away, spam. And Muckster. Oh, that's spam too. Oh, do you want me to read it out loud or keep it to myself?
Uh,
Oh, okay. No, I'm keeping that to myself. The first,
I was trying.
yeah.
Yeah, I forgot I sent you two. Yeah, don't need to talk about either of them on the air.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Well, actually, the one that you could talk about it's just somebody sent me a video of somebody that might be interested in the podcast,
Oh
and
yeah.
I
Okay.
and I looked at part of it, but I sent it on to you guys to see
All right.
if
I
if it
haven't
would
clicked on the
all
link
be
yet, but yeah.
well, yeah, and because you'd have to watch it for a few minutes and decide if we'd have any problem with it.
Okay.
By the way,
By the
I
way,
think I know what they're saying, but when did this whole allegedly in Minecraft thing start? Is that a way when they say, "Oh, I would like to kill the guy allegedly in Minecraft"? Is that what that's supposed to be? Like
right.
pretending you're talking about in a game?
This is something GS says a lot, and it's his way of making an accusation and thinking he's giving himself sort of needed legal coverage. If I
Mm,
say Muckster is a bank robber allegedly in Minecraft, in his mind, that's saying Muckster can't sue me for libel or defamation. Uh, the truth is, if I say Muckster is a bank robber, I'm not going to get sued for that. But he thinks it's extra coverage if he says allegedly in Minecraft. He's giving the allegedly is enough, but the Minecraft is giving another layer because he's insecure. He needs layers of security. In Minecraft, talks about a fictional world.
mm.
The
Well,
sad
let me.
part of that is I've heard it so many times. I've picked it up and started using it myself. No
I've,
imitations, not
I've
this.
heard it.
Oh, go
I,
ahead.
I remember, Grim. Grim says that a lot of times. So I don't think Toddler invented it.
I have no idea who invented it. I first heard
Mm,
it on Toddler,
mm,
and I recognized for what I just explained. I
yeah.
can explain it again if you want. I know you love it when I
No.
re-explain. Oh, okay.
Well, I do because I had something important to say, and that would be
Oh,
hello, Kiwi. And
that is important.
secondly, let me just say, I would not sue Todd anyway, simply because I'd feel bad taking his wife's money.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Poor guy's struggling on retirement. He doesn't have any money, according to him, allegedly in Minecraft. Apparently, Todd started saying that to avoid accountability. Exactly. I know he does it from the F3 clips. I know he does it from that and from watching him. I used to grudge watch him so I could get clips myself, but I've kind of given up on that. In fact, when people were suggesting I go watch his gamering thing to see if I could find where he threatened you, apparently somebody did. I, these gaming streams are like 4 or 5 hours of mostly he's playing cards or chasing goblins or whatever, and occasionally commenting, "Oh, by the way, Finkel said," and then he goes after the goblins for 20 minutes or so. Oh, do you know what that Muckster did? I'm like, I can't watch that for 4 hours. And in that 4 hours, somewhere he said something he shouldn't have. He probably doesn't have to say Legend in Minecraft. He could just bury it in a 4 hour stream because I'm not.
Yeah,
I just spent an hour and a half on another one. Now I'm in this one for 19 minutes. How much time in a day? I just don't have that much time. I do have
well,
enough time to shut up so Muxer can get a word in edgewise.
you know, do you notice I said I titled this "You Have an Hour, Come at Me, Bro." And as far as you come at me, bro, no, don't come at me because I'll ignore you. But I decided to put a hard stop on this one for 1 o'clock. So
What
there.
time is it? Oh, good. 45
So
minutes. I can hang for
you
45 minutes.
you have an excuse to go off and pretend you have a life. And hello, Howard.
Ah,
And yeah, Chris, I got the clip.
oh, good, good. Go visit the old man on the mountain if you know what I mean.
No.
I don't know what he means.
Oh, is this one? Is this like the you climb to the top of the mountain to see the guru and get the wisdom? Is that?
Oh, I thought it was climb every mountain, ford every stream, I don't remember the lyrics, but basically until you find your dream.
Sing at every rainbow,
Oh,
and
yeah, that's
happiness you'll bring, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's from the Sound of Silence.
I'm
By
surprised you know the lyrics better than me because it's sung by a nun, and aren't you
Monk.
okay?
Well, I'm kind of a monk anymore.
Oh, I thought you were
Climb every mountain.
recovering Catholic is what I was trying to get at.
Yeah.
And Stephanie says Todd has been doing the allegedly in Minecraft as far back as last year, and we're going to find out about climbing the mountain if we don't know what he means right about now. Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
What's up? Assassin's Creed is based on, you've heard the phrase, if the mountain won't come to Muhammad, Muhammad must go to the mountain. Okay.
I think it's
The game, the game Assassin's Creed is based on the old man on the mountain who Muhammad must go visit. He is the head of the Hashashin. Okay, an ancient cult of assassins. That's what the game is based on.
Oh. Okay.
There's a bunch of video games that are based on historically accurate fact. Okay, the Russians actually just put out a little video game that they kind of sort of ripped off the Nintendo platform over. They give it to their kids and their troops. Of course, you've got Call of Duty. You've got all kinds of games out there, you know. It's weird, but the gaming industry is okay. No, I'm not even going to go there. This is off the wall conspiracy type shit, and I ain't going to go there. Okay, but that's I don't really play video games except for the golf games because, well, I'm just not as coordinated as a lot of the kids are. But I do watch my kids and grandkids. And there's some serious ass gamers. I mean, most kids are. And Fortnite and Minecraft, man, they sponsor all. I mean, the kids, they it's like Pokemon or something, you know? No kidding. But I don't know. I'm pretty much done with it. I don't believe in much of anything anymore. So I just wanted to drop in and say what I had to say about video games.
You have 30 seconds left.
Nah, I don't need them. I don't need them. I'm done. I'm not going to come at you, Muckster. I got too much respect for all you people. It's the first chat room I've ever gone into and shown my ugly face. And I've been on the net for quite some time. Yeah. I don't do chat rooms. I don't like people. People annoy the fuck out of me. Y'all don't. I don't know why.
Me neither.
All right. For public safety, I can give you an education right now because I'm an expert on it. You got these aliens that are going back and forth, and they're coming down. And the object is to keep them off the earth. So you have a joystick and a sliding cannon, and you use the joystick to move the cannon back and forth. And when you hit the button on the joystick, you shoot at the aliens. And the idea is to shoot them all down before they hit the bottom.
That's old right there.
Who you calling old? Kick them off.
Do you remember Missile Command?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah.
How about Tempest? You remember the old Tempest game?
I remember the name. I can't remember how it played.
Oh, goodness gracious. It was just a bunch of colors that went around in circles. And
yep. Okay. I remember the one now. Yep.
Yeah. It's I know. It's got an interesting name, doesn't it? But anyway, a lot of games, man.
Asteroids.
Yeah. All kinds of.
Well, remember the one with the centipede that would go around? You had to shoot the centipede.
Yeah, centipede.
You'd knock it down like one section at a time. Try to kill it before it got to the bottom of the screen.
All right. My first PC, I think it was a 386. They modified centipede to be called something called megapede. It was the same
Uh,
idea, but it had the most irritating, annoying, loud, obnoxious sound effects. Mortal Kombat. I stopped at there or Tetris, but I was just trying to be funny when for public safety. I know very little about today's gaming either.
I actually play a historically accurate video game. It's funny that Howard brought that up, and
Mhm.
later on I will be off and killing historically accurate goblins and dark elves and
Okay.
gnomes.
All right.
You ever play Oregon Trail?
No, I
Oh, God.
always
That's
wished I had.
It's probably one of the best video games ever invented. You get to be the wagon master on a wagon train headed for Oregon. Okay. You have to get your people to Oregon and keep as many alive as possible. And my God, it's not easy. I've made the list of legends on it a couple of times. I've actually got my entire parties through several times.
That was
But
one of those old text games, wasn't it? Where it'd be like,
yes,
you come across a buffalo, what do you do?
no, yeah, and you could hunt, okay, but it would teach you stuff like conservation because man, you could go out and you could kill the buffalo, you could slaughter them, but you'd progress along the trail and they'd be scarce, you wouldn't find them. But if you only took enough, because one buffalo was actually more meat than you could use to fill your wagons with, and if you conserved your resources, dude, you'd make it through. You had to contend with shit like malaria and smallpox. I mean, just the actual stuff that pioneers went through. And
Seems.
it's a good game. Anyway, so much to make me use all my fucking time. Now I owe time. God damn it. I hate doing time. I hate fucking doing time. Anyway, y'all take care.
All right,
Okay,
Howard.
Howard.
And my thing's done. I want to cut your shit down.
You're doing that muffled thing again. Oh, okay. I honestly, I don't understand the purpose of striving to get to Oregon because, everybody knows that if you get to Oregon, Antifa and Black Lives Matter is just going to burn down your courthouse. Oh, wait. Yeah. You got quiet. Did he leave or did you kick him off?
No, Howard's our minute man. He never stays long.
Oh, okay. That's what she said. Oh, sorry. Wow, doesn't seem as lively today as it did last night. And maybe everyone's got a hangover from last night. That was a pretty lively discussion there.
Yeah, but
It's
it's one of those things. It's entertaining once in a while, but I wouldn't want to have idiots like that in here every day.
Oh, like last night?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Brick Jones gave us some clicks and views, but that was annoying as well. All right. Speaking of annoying, I'm kidding, Chris. I'm kidding.
Did you see I changed the title a little bit.
Captain Savaho.
Oh, down at the bottom. Okay. All right. I
The
forgot
white
about
knight.
that. Oh, I forgot. Has anyone seen Brick Jones on a panel since last night?
Oh, he's probably sleeping off his hangover or whatever.
Hey, Brick, you watching? 4 people watching? Probably not. I'm going to go on a limb and say I changed his name to Peter, Denier of Christ. And I'm just dying to see him come up on somebody's camp panel without realizing that
Maybe you should have said it. Well,
he may have caught it. I don't know. Or he may catch it now that I've said it to 7 people. But it would be funny as hell if he came up on one of his Christian panels as Peter, denier of Christ. That would be funny.
I really want you guys to see that clip. Man, it's creepy. Like normally I'm so numb to it all because of
Yeah.
Kaiser,
Oh,
but something was I want other people to see it. I'm like, it's weird to me. Like, it's really weird.
talk about
I don't know if you want to watch it on here, but I was going to say, if you did, I saw that there's like a 6-minute in timestamp.
Okay, if Muckster doesn't mind, and it's easy to find, we can go to it if we know exactly where to go to.
Well, that's
What
what
was it?
it says in the
It was,
email. But I mean, if you all don't want to do it, I fully understand.
What do you think, Muck?
I can email the clip to you that he sent to me, because
Oh,
I'm guessing if I tried to play it, we'll watch about 30 seconds and YouTube will go, hey, this was live. I'm not going to let you watch it. Yeah,
actually, he is live right now, but this is last night, right?
No,
Yeah,
but I
and-
mean, I told you, YouTube won't let me watch anything live or
Yeah.
that was recorded.
Muck's
live.
having troubles with his YouTube is all. But if I think we could actually go to the channel and watch it anyway. Like, it's 6 minutes is what she put in the timestamp.
It won't break Muckster's current thing if I share it, or
I don't think it has.
No.
I think Muckster's just having YouTube technical difficulties with that.
Yeah.
he's been getting these weird error messages for a while now. And I wish I could figure out why.
I know it's so
um,
weird when they have issues like that you can't figure out, because it's almost impossible to talk to a human being.
I was just going to say that you can't talk to YouTube. By the way, Sarge doesn't even realize that your subtitle, or whatever they call it, used to say Tiff's bitch.
I did it.
Oh, okay. I'm in Project Zomboid. See, I thought it was goblins. I have to correct myself. Correct the record. It's zombies, not goblins. 6 minutes. 6. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm,
see,
I'm
that's
just going off
just-
of what I was told that the timestamp was, so hopefully
Like-
that's
Okay.
right.
Can I just say that's like childish to spend your day killing zombies? Yeah, that is. What kind of person does that? Yeah.
You're not a real man unless you're going after goblins, right?
Goblins and dark elves, yes.
All right. I'm gonna make it big.
Just wait till you all hear how weird he's being. I mean, it's weird.
Okay. And we're at 5 minutes. Should I go a little bit more, or should I start at 5?
She just put 6 in the in the email. 6 minutes is what she said. Sitting
No,
around
no,
6
no,
minutes.
no, no, no. This is no good.
Why?
It's 6 minutes into that clip. This is the whole show.
No. The clip is spot on. I think it's 6 minutes into the video.
I know this is not. No. Okay. Go ahead. Go to 6
think.
minutes and see what happens.
I'm at 5:25. We'll go to 6:30 and see if we catch anything.
Yeah, I'll know the words if I hear any of them. We can
Oh, goodness.
rewind a little bit.
It's definitely a pucker factor. Just gonna go and close this door behind me when I'm seeing what was in here. So duffel bag, definitely gonna get a duffel bag. Leather gloves are gonna get worn. That's huge. So let's see.
He's watching us in the clip that I have. He's watching us like he's watching last night's stream.
Oh, so this isn't
oh,
it, probably?
Hold on, let me see what's in the duffel.
It doesn't sound familiar. Try to go back a little bit.
This door.
Because that's the area in the video game he's in, but I don't know that video game. Maybe you play in the same room all night long, like he does in real life.
Kids' room or something. Alarm clock, sheet of paper. A 44 Magnum in 3 rounds. That's a big boy.
I'm wondering now, is he talking about 1911 in regards to you or in regards to the game?
No, he's talking about me very, very clearly. He says he's going to show up to my house with his sandwich board.
Not fucking trash per se. Just,
It's weird. But that's not the part that's so weird. The part that's so weird is the build up to it. Like he's watching us and he's just zoned out. Like he's totally unstable.
You guys go ahead and talk, and I'll see if I can find a part of the video where he's sharing our stream last night.
Well, or Muckster, if you want to forward that email over to Finkel there.
Actually, I'm halfway through it because I had absolutely no faith in you people knowing what you were doing when you said no, it's 6 minutes into the show, and I said no, I think it's 6 minutes into the clip, and you guys said, oh, it's no problem, we'll find that. And I went over to my email, and I'm now forwarding that, but it's taken a little while.
Yeah, the
'Cause
clip's
it's
only like
25 megabytes.
Okay.
The clip's only like 2 minutes, probably 2 or 3 minutes.
If I had realized, I would have downloaded it and just clipped the first 6 minutes off before I tried to resend it.
So I want to ask you guys something totally off topic from this.
I prefer cash, but if you wanted to say, go
you
ahead.
need a tip, Muck. That's Trump's new motto. Is his new campaign plan is he's going to take taxes off of tips, something like that.
Oh.
He got his campaign motto from a waitress recently. He said. So I noticed that you all been kind of, look. It seems to me like you're maybe avoiding the political stuff going on lately, but you all have such great political knowledge. I wondered what your thoughts were on the firing of this, like the not just the firing, but the whole process that they've gone through over the past 2 days on firing that Secret Service lady.
I just heard that while it's on the last panel as a chat thing. I haven't done any follow-up on, but what worries me more is suggestions and tidbits that might back it up that maybe President Biden is in hospice. I hope it's just bad rumors and bad info collecting, but
Can I
Are weird.
want to interrupt for a chat? Besides hello, Ronnie, and Final Dad seems to be a little butthurt. He says, okay, you guys aren't paying attention. Actually, Final Dad, I saw where you said, I have the clip, Chris. But since we're sitting here talking about me forwarding the clip, I didn't think it was necessary to bring that up. But anyway, you be you.
yeah, and enjoy whatever show you go to. Sorry, when we're having conversation, it's hard to read and talk at the same time. I think you find the same thing in F3. I think you find the same thing in General Specific. I think you find the same thing anywhere you go where there's a live panel. You can chat, and they're not going to catch everything you say.
And
it happens.
What's up, Ronnie? What's up, Final Dad?
and usually I've noticed whenever I'd be over at F3, there's a whole different thing going on in chat than is going on the panel anyhow. But yes, go over there to where they will pay attention to you, Final Dad. I'm sorry we hurt your feelings. Yeah. And I don't mean to be condescending, but I will say condescending means I am talking down to you.
I don't know what that was all about. Final Dad, usually a funny guy. You seem a little, but that's just off text. You really can't. I'm going to push play and see what we hear.
A joke or two, yeah.
Hey, you had an opportunity, Chris Ryder, to bash me to my face, but you ran.
Nikki or somebody did. It was either Nikki or Steph said it's near the end of the whole video.
When I go to the whole thing, he's got this other guy, Brace Yourself Dreams. So I'm thinking she means near the end of ours. I don't know.
I think if I'm reading chat right, it looks like she's saying if you were to use the actual video of the live stream from last night, it's around 3 hours, but that's probably a big. The clip is bad. That clip is cut perfect. So if you get that clip to download,
it just got done sending.
Yeah,
Do you want to try and share, or do you want me to search that 3 hours?
Oh. And Nikki, it's not that we don't see your comments; it's just that we ignore you. You know that.
Wow.
What's up?
I'm gonna get you next time.
Okay.
Mama Bear's on.
It was Mr. Nikki. Okay, I'm sorry I missed the fact that was Mr. Nikki. It would have been a much better joke.
Are you gender confused? Do you not know a man from a woman?
You know how long it's been. You know how long it's.
That's so personal. That's so personal, right, Brick? It's
you
personal.
you remind me of Monty Python. How long is it? Oh, that's a personal question.
Did you ever meet your grandpa? Well, that's too personal for me to answer.
Oh, Brick, yeah. All right, I'm at 3 hours and 13 seconds. I'm going to push play and listen, see if this sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Or know where Mama Bear's going to be.
Somebody
I'll
went
be
low.
Oh, this is when Mama Bear was here, huh?
And everywhere. Yeah.
I go from New York to California.
Yeah.
To Texas.
Too far.
I travel.
I'm too far?
I believe so. Yep.
All right. Backing up. I am at
He's-
259.
In the video game, he's going into that bathroom and bedroom that you're looking at right there. So it's probably, but like I said, maybe the video games he plays is like his real life where he stays in the same room for 8 hours at a time.
That's probably very true. This one's 3 hours and 43 minutes. Yeah, okay. All right.
Sometimes that are just not true. That's why I always try to wait until I'm sure before I say anything about it on the internet.
Is that what you try to do, Chris?
Go back just a little bit, like
do?
maybe 30 seconds, and then go from there. You're on it. You're right in the middle of it.
Chris, you sound like a little tweak.
I know Dub Web's
You sound like a twink, Chris.
Of getting his
You sound like a twink.
probation or parole or whatever it was yanked.
Donna, I have not looked into that any further. So
You'll do well in prison, though, buddy. You'll be all right.
No, you're too far, but barely. I'd go
Well.
around a minute back or less.
Hey, tough guy.
Hey, Mama Bear.
Hey, tough guy.
Hey, Mama Bear.
You're a fucking wise guy, huh? Yeah, you're a fucking tough guy, huh? You gonna fucking tune me up, Chris?
Scott.
Oh, go back another 30 seconds.
Huh?
I said the buildup is where it's
Balls
at.
deep in you, Chris? You motherfucker. You
Oh,
gonna come
okay. You're a motherfucker.
Yeah, oh yeah, you want to hear this. Well, at least with this account, he's not.
Vips.
Well, I don't know, man. Todd's
Are you-
kind of deep in this. Be careful
you-
with that shit, Scott. Be careful with that. I'd go a little farther so that people can understand where he's at with everything. You're in the conversation, though. You're
I'm
Makes
at-
bad
you're right.
choices is hilarious.
255.
Yeah, I mean, what does he call? What does he call? He calls Wrangler a murder burglar.
Yeah.
He
I'd
didn't
go a
even
little
make that
further
shit
back
up,
even.
dude. I mean,
You're driving me nuts.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's all right. 53, 45, 33.
shocked
Okay.
that he was able to say your name without getting kicked out.
Trying to be funny, but the problem is that
Dude,
you know,
Vips is
there are
hilarious.
real
What do you mean he's
investigators that are
trying to be
actually
funny?
investigating and trying to figure out who's who.
He's
And
fucking
then they see these doc
hilarious.
accounts and they go, "Oh, well, now did the perpetrator actually commit the crime, or was it this little moron from Vegas?"
Yeah.
To be them.
Actually,
Which
he's
one
from
was
Henderson.
it?
Actually, he's from Henderson, but I didn't tell you that.
Right. But the point's still the same. You know, this idiot kid playing on the internet has literally caught the attention of FBI investigators, and they go, "All right, help
I
us out
remember
with
that.
this YouTube bullshit. Is this little idiot from this area? You know, could the actual perpetrator not have been a perpetrator of a crime because someone else was pretending to be them? So then you have to go through all the trouble
Oh, dude. Well, the FBI, they have all that information. So you're full of shit, Chris. They don't need your fucking help.
of proving who's who, just because some
God, this guy's such a
kid starving
jackass.
for attention is up in the middle of serious stuff. You know, it's just not.
I love that. You got to clip that. Vegas Vip says, I make bad choices, says the guy who's facing 20 years. Fucktard, meat kettle. Yeah, clip that, Vips. Put that on a show. That's hilarious, dude. What an ass clown this guy is. Wallers, a criminal saying someone else makes bad choices is hilarious. Yeah, I mean, what does he call? What does he call? He calls Wrangler a murder burglar. He didn't even make that shit up, dude. I mean, Chris, there's nothing original about you, Chris. You're so
Irony.
Yeah.
It's a big setback. It's an unnecessary setback.
You're sad, buddy.
Like, I get being funny on the internet. That doesn't bother
You're sad, buddy, says the guy sitting in his wife's dark basement.
me. Playing
All of-
sad music, acting like he's out on some kind of drug. But it gets better. He's getting ready to make the actual threat. But just to show you, like, so you get the context,
yeah.
he's triggered by me saying that there's a current investigation going on and that he's become part of it.
Oh, and
That's what this trigger's about. So he's angry.
Nikki
that
said
I've
it was
mentioned.
further back than this.
It was. Oh, the threat part is, Nikki. I thought the threat was coming.
Just you're so played out, bro.
It's a big setback. It's an unnecessary setback.
You're sad, buddy.
Like, I get being funny on the internet.
So
If it'll get,
He just
Right.
talks because he's so
I enjoy that too.
lonely.
Like, I think
was that you
So-
here? Okay, that was you here.
yeah, it's me now. He keeps talking about other people being sad
Mm-hmm. Lonely, sad.
when he's sitting there, this big man with his big channel,
Mm-hmm.
and
39.
the whole time he's listening to us. You know, if I remember correctly, because I don't pay a whole lot of attention, you know what our record viewership was? Remember, we popped up to like 70 right after the whole J&J, you know, the
Oh.
Johnson thing.
Yeah.
And-
Oh, yeah, that was Johnson.
And usually, you know, we get 10, maybe 20 people.
Yeah. 12
And
right now.
he is sitting there listening to us.
and we only
So
had.
I got to tell you, who is the sad one here?
Well, if that logic applies, what are we doing right now? We're listening to him.
Well, we're
Well,
humoring Chris
it's
because
more than that.
we
It's
like
more than that.
Tiffany.
It's more than that, guys, because he also sent Brick to us. I mean, the dude was stalking, is what he's doing. He's following me around the internet. Is what he's doing. It's
Yeah.
weird.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, you know what? When Brick left, I went to look at Generally Specific, and he wasn't live, and I gave it up there. I should have thought of gaming, subpar gaming. Does anyone have a timestamp for what we're looking for? You could save
I
us.
think
Yes,
you're on it.
six.
I
Yes, 6 minutes into the video clip that
No, 6 minutes into what they clipped and sent you. Do
I
you
know.
want to,
Yeah.
share that, or do you want to?
I'm
Uh,
almost sure that it's within the next 30 seconds of you playing that where you're at.
Okay, but we've been 30 seconds away from that now for 2 hours.
All right, here we go.
Some of the stock accounts are hilarious, but when you start getting involved in legal matters, that's crossing the line.
They said he's speaking in his Jewish voice at the time.
Yeah, he starts.
I learned something from
So smart.
at 12:30 the other night.
Nikki said the
Blonde hair dye.
2.50 mark.
The denial service.
Is where you start.
And
That's going to be where because he starts by doing the weird
Yeah,
voice,
I agree.
threatening Stone Vet.
Yeah, I've seen him. I've noticed that for a long time.
by the way, do you see what I'm doing here? While I'm trying to find it, I'm hovering over the timestamp so that other people can also find it too. Because when I do find it, I'll forget where I find it. But you can look back at this video and see, oh, at 2 hours, 50 minutes, and 2 seconds. I'm going to shut up and listen.
Long time. I think Steve Cousins might be Vegas Vips.
What did he say about Steve?
He thinks he's Vips.
You think Steve Cousins
Oh.
is Vips? I don't know if he's joking or not, but that's funny. This guy thinks Wingspan Angel is Izzy, so
It's so far off. Like I don't understand
Yeah.
where his guesses are just random guesses. It's so weird.
he's not what we call a very bright boy.
Well, I mean, you
Well,
know,
you
an
like-
op can always see another op, right?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that what he says?
My voice.
Oh,
Josh
Hey,
likes
Harmony.
my voice too. Reminds me.
Oh,
Of,
there
it
it is.
reminds him of his mother. Go fuck yourself, Josh. You played the game for keeps and for breaking people, Josh. Now you want a pearl clutch, Josh? What when it comes to break?
Todd, I told you once, I've told you a million times. If you're all bent out of shape because of what somebody says, it's you doing it. People are just talking.
Well, the
listen to
ironic-
me, you know.
The ironic thing about this, Finkel, is that he is like, I mean, there is nothing going on about him at this time. He's just
Right.
randomly sitting in his basement playing a video game, getting weird.
Until this, what we're doing right now, because someone saw something, I think all the channels I'm familiar with that dunk on him have kind of left him alone for about a week. And of course, that's because he's been shutting up himself. But he's just repeating the cycle.
Mhm.
All right, Todd, if you're not tired of it, lather, rinse, repeat.
Can you to get all the information your little terrorist ass has? Should I not be?
Let me get that whole thing.
Reminds like my voice. Joshy likes my voice too. It reminds him of his mother. Go fuck yourself, Joshy. You played the game for keeps and for breaking people, Josh.
Breaking people.
Now you want a pearl clutch, Josh? When it comes to breaking you to get all the information your little terrorist ass has, should I not be able to use whatever means necessary, Josh? Isn't that psyops, Josh?
Oh boy.
Hey, Joshy, why don't you get over yourself? You started a game you can't finish. But I got time, and you're a crippled, mentally ill person who's trying to make other people crippled and mentally ill.
Irony, him calling people crippled and mentally ill. Okay.
You found the right dude on the wrong day, buddy.
Nubatory.
Josh is not even talking to him. Like he's
on the right day.
Yeah, he has these entire conversations with any one of us as if we're in live time responding to him. If it wasn't for this, I'll bet Josh still doesn't know about this.
probably not.
Somebody tell Josh about this.
I'll send it to him.
Okay.
I don't know. It's what the colored people like to say. I don't know.
Did he just say colored people?
Yes. Yeah, he's going to do another one too.
Oh my.
Maybe I got it wrong.
Yeah, you got it
What do
wrong.
I know? I'm just a wop. I'm actually just a greasy wop.
Wow.
I can say that because I'm Italian, Josh, and you're a fucking poser. Josh, until you show me your 23andMe, guess what? You ain't legit.
Todd.
You ain't legit, buddy.
Fucking moron.
Was I listening to that? I don't think I was even listening.
No, you didn't pay any attention to it.
Apology completely.
See, the beautiful thing about us getting attacked by Kaiser for over a
We
year
sound faster.
is that
Yeah, he's got us on higher
there's
speed.
nothing, like you couldn't attack us with any deeper lies, and
I don't know. Don't make them get creative now.
well, they are creative.
Oh, not yet. They're just ignorant right now.
Oh, they're not creative. You don't think?
Stuff that people say in middle school. You gotta.
Middle
Oh,
school.
that's
Well,
rich.
they're also on their colors, so that's the thing that
That's
we've learned
rich.
over the past few years is that resilience comes
Ooh, a
with
lumberjack shirt.
just letting the damages happen, more or less. Like that's part of it. You just if you're gonna persevere, you just have to tough through that shit. The truth comes out in the end.
Oh, they're
Muckster
using
for
my
a
lines,
little
Chris.
bit of
Yeah, the
dig.
truth does come out in the end, buddy.
So I'm going to-
He invented that?
Sure does.
I told
Yeah.
him yeah, you didn't see. That's why I didn't do it. You did it wrong.
It sure
because
does
the
come
places
out in the
changing.
end,
Look,
buddy.
now you've got a 23rd and a 22nd. Nobody's going to know what the hell's going on here.
It's the 23rd here on the East Coast. It's the 22nd Central Time. And now that you've
Yeah,
pointed that out.
It's
Oh.
Pacific.
It's a good one, isn't it? It's genitally.
Yeah,
specific.
Genital Lee, yeah.
See, the difference between me and you guys is
Can
I
you
saw the
pause a
logo and
second?
refused to say hello to
Weren't
them.
you
Oh,
pearl
no, we
clutch?
No, it cannot.
I hate to pause because
Mm-hmm.
you know how I hate the whole let's turn this 3-second clip into a 4-hour show deal.
Okay.
What's in the box?
And you know I
Sorry,
play
we're
stupid
definitely-
games. Well, what the hell is he doing? He's walking around the rooms of a house.
He's chasing zombies. He hasn't
Oh.
elevated to goblins yet. He's
I wasn't paying attention. I was doing other things. And then I started looking at the screen and I thought he's walking around from room to room and it just made no sense to me.
this has confused me. Why does it say 4 minutes and 39? Did I just screw something up?
The screwdriver. That was a video.
I did. I lost where I was. I was at 250, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
I must have clicked something where I shouldn't have clicked. All right, 250. I think we're a couple minutes into it. I was about to go off on Kaiser. Not go off on him, but
I thought of it a little while ago, but I thought, yeah, you didn't see. That's why I didn't do it. You did it going on here.
Yeah, this is the right
General
place.
Lee specific.
it's a good one, isn't it? It's genitally.
Yeah, it's-
Genital
Pro collection about lot lizard.
He comes into my
Now you
premiere
want to
and
talk?
everything. He or she, whoever it is, has got a great sense of humor.
Well, I don't know
Ah,
if he or
shit.
or what he
I
or
don't-
her motives are, but I like the name.
Damn it.
I mean, for all I know, it could be Vips.
Probably is Vips, but I like the name.
I wouldn't doubt it. Vips is into everything. You know, that's the thing. Like, I don't know. Vips just makes bad choices.
Oh, now they're trying to kiss up to you,
He's a
Vips.
child. He's an immature.
Trying to kiss up to you,
Jeez.
he's
Vips.
a snake. He's a snake. He's a viper. He's a cancer on YouTube.
The problem that I
And that's how we kiss up. Snake fight. All right. Okay, Tom, I'm going to kiss up to you, snake, you viper.
You're
The
a snake and
fucking
a viper and a
idiot, you
cancer
know,
on
everything
YouTube.
we're
Oh, I'm,
saying.
I'm shocked that
Yeah.
You know,
I'm
and
shocked that he was able to say
mean,
your name
like,
without getting
he-
kicked out.
trying to be funny. But the problem is that
Dude,
you know,
Vips is
there are
hilarious.
real
What do you mean he's
investigators that are
trying to be
actually
funny?
investigating and trying to figure out who's who.
He's
And
fucking
then they see these
hilarious.
accounts and they go, "Oh, well, now did the perpetrator actually commit the crime, or was it this little moron from Vegas?"
Yeah.
To be them.
Actually,
Which
he's
one
from-
was it?
Actually, he's from Henderson, but I didn't tell you that.
Right. But the point's still the same. You know, this idiot kid playing on the internet has literally caught the attention of FBI investigators, and they go, "All right, help us out here with this YouTube bullshit. Is this little idiot from this area? You know, could the actual perpetrator not have been a perpetrator of a crime because someone else was pretending to be them? So then you have to go through all the trouble
Oh, dude. Well, the FBI, they have all that information. So you're full of shit, Chris. They don't need your fucking help.
of proving who's who just because some
God, this guy's such a
kid starving
jackass.
for attention is up in the middle of serious stuff. You know, it's just not.
Okay, there's some fun. He keeps saying he's having fun. He's such a jackass. But okay, he
He's-
laughed. Okay,
He's
having a little
about to
fun.
lose it.
Okay.
I love that. You got to clip that. Vegas Vip says, I make bad choices, says the guy who's facing 20 years. Fucktard, meat kettle. Yeah, clip that, Vips. Put that on a show. That's hilarious, dude. What an ass clown this guy is. Waller's a criminal saying someone else makes bad choices is hilarious. Yeah, I mean, what does he call? He calls Wrangler a murder burglar. He didn't even make that shit up, dude. I mean, Chris, there's nothing original about you, Chris. You're so played out, bro.
It's a big setback. It's an unnecessary setback.
You're sad, buddy.
Like, I get being funny on the internet. That doesn't bother me.
He just talks because he's so
enjoy that too.
lonely.
Like, I think some of the stock accounts are hilarious. But when you start getting involved in legal matters, that's crossing the line.
Oh, and the cope is strong
Most
with
recent
this
big
one.
event at work was this crowd striking issue. And I learned
The
something
cope
from
is so strong.
at 12:30 the other night when it hit.
Oh, blonde
we
hair
initially
dye.
thought it was a cyber
Antidepressants.
attack of some sort, a denial service. Oh, right. Remember this. And
Here it comes.
because of that, we did a lot of work with our CSOC folks, our cybersecurity folks, until we figured out it was CrowdStrike. But the experience reconnected me with teams that we don't often connect with. I got a quick glass, and genitally specific is the one, the only Vegas Vips.
I knew it. Well, at least with this account, he's not.
Vips.
Well, I don't know, man. Todd's
Are you-
kind of deep in this because the real Todd's got himself in deep.
I got myself. The real Todd's got himself in deep. How deep do I have myself? How deep am I in? Am I like balls deep in you, Chris? You motherfucker! You gonna come take all my eggs?
He's triggered.
What the fuck you trying to say? How deep am I, Chris? You fucking, you dickless fucking cunt. How deep am I, Chris? You're fucking threats. You can't.
Is tickless cunt, is that redundant, Muckster?
For him, it's high humor.
Oh,
Now-
okay.
Now realize where we're at in this is we were just talking about a current investigation. That's all we were talking about. It's not
Yeah.
something that should set anybody off.
Yeah, unless you have something to hide.
Maybe.
You can't even look me in the eye because you're such a fucking bitch, Chris. You know what? I think I might try to find out where you live, Chris. I might do a little research, Chris, and then maybe I'll just show up with my fucking sandwich board and let's see if you got your fucking. What'd you say? You got a 1911 or a 45.
You have a
Is that what you're
1911.
bragging about? Is that what you're packing, Chris? Tough guy. Hey, tough guy.
Hey, Mama Bear.
Hey, tough guy.
Hey, Mama Bear.
You're a fucking wise guy, huh?
I looked over here as if Mama Bear was here. I realized, yeah, I do that so much. That's what I hate about stream sniping. When people on the snipe or on the snipe of the snipe, they're here. I'm like, what? Oh, okay. Yeah, I do it all the time.
Yeah, you're a fucking tough guy, huh? You gonna fucking tune me up, Chris?
Scott
Yeah?
is.
Is that what you gonna do, Chris?
Miss Vippy is Scott.
Yeah.
Miss
Make sure
Vippy is
make
also
sure you
still out
fucking
there.
cradle my balls and work the shaft and swallow down all the gravy, Chris.
Because Miss Vippy is actually a male. Scott. Well, I don't know about that.
Oh, nice one, Chris.
A male, not a man. Not a man.
Allegedly in Minecraft. Is that how it goes?
Oh, he listens to
Nobody
me,
said
dude.
Scotto.
Oh, he listens. Yeah, you listen. You're a good little bitch, Chris.
sorry,
You listen to
T-Bone, I'm
all my
sorry.
stuff, don't you?
That just makes Scotto.
Todd, I just have to point out, if you're watching or if you do watch in the future, Chris wasn't listening until 3 people pointed this out to him. We were ignoring your ass.
Yeah, and nobody was talking to him. So for the fact that he's sitting, I mean, you have to put reality into play here. This is a person with his YouTube turned on, sitting in his basement in the dark at 3 a.m. and freaking out over our discussion, which barely involved. I mean, it did involve him, but nobody was talking to him. I was just saying Vips needs to be careful because there's a current investigation and he's pretending to be Todd, who is involving himself in just the investigation. I didn't say whether or not Todd is a suspect or if he's, I mean, I said he's in deep. Yeah, he is. He's going and visiting, the place where the investigation is happening under the conditions of.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you were talking about. It doesn't matter what we were talking about, because the image I got is he doesn't even need to be listening to us at the time. This is a guy who's pacing back and forth in an empty room going, oh, yeah, they're allowed to get me. And I know that they're thinking this, and I am going to, listen here, Chris. I'm telling you right now, you better not come here because all 4'10" of me will be up your ass. And Finkel, you think you're so tough, do you? Well, I'm telling you, right? I mean, I am convinced now. I mean, I said it in chat at the time. It was half a joke, but he is a psychopath.
Absolutely, and he's obsessed. And the thing is, it would be different, Muck, if he actually said, "If you come to my house, Chris." But what he said was very clearly, he is going to come to my house.
Yeah,
while he's watching me on YouTube.
But see, this is why it's even more psychotic, because his threat at first was, "I will come to your house with my sandwich board."
Right.
That's just like how he would say he was going to meme people into oblivion and all of that. It's like
not the sandwich board. No, anything but the sandwich board.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to come at you with my sandwich board, and you better have your 1911.
Well, if he didn't want to be investigated for a crime, then why would he just make an idle threat to someone for reporting crime? Because that is in itself a felony.
Well, apparently filming people committing crimes on January 6th is turning in my citizens. No.
And I agree with Trackable.
What did Trackable say?
It's 1300. You people are fucking around and ruining my 1 hour hard quit.
Oh. Okay. Well, I don't know how far you guys want to go, but I have to correct you on one thing, Muckster. You said he paces back and forth and he thinks out loud. A part of that you missed is he has entire conversations with fictional versions of us being anybody on this channel, everybody on the F3 channel, anybody on For Public Safety's channel. He has fictional conversations with imaginary versions of those us's, and he gets all riled up and pissed off at things that the real us never said.
Well, that's what I was saying when he's pacing around by himself going, oh, well, Chris, he's talking to the voices in his head.
Right. And listen, the StreamYard link to where we actually were in that moment was up on the video he's watching. if he wanted to talk to me, all he had to do was come up.
Well, we let anybody come up. We would have let him come up, except that since you're already up, we would have like, oh no.
Well, we did the same thing with Brick, and he can't. I was like, okay, let him up. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's your rule: is if the person that's already up says it's okay.
Fair enough. We did say that. Yeah.
If Todd comes over, when you're here, I might kick you out because there's things I have to say to him, but that's beside the point.
All right.
Understood.
So, being that Trek has called us out on our time of 1300.
I'm mostly joking, Chris.
Okay.
I know.
Trek has called us out. We are in overtime. Or do we spin it and say we meant 1300 Central? Or do we close shop? I can go either way. I'm very curious about where this is going now. I've been ignoring this asshole for a week, at least a week. But now that we're here, it's kind of addictive. Do I push play or do I push end stream?
Well, I think we shut up so that the video will finish.
I don't know that there's much more. I mean, that was all that was in the clip.
Okay.
But I mean, the discussion is pretty hot. Like, we're talking about a guy who's threatening someone for making, he's threatening to come to my house with a sandwich board and that I'm going to need my firearms because what I said I was doing was reporting to law enforcement. So that, like I said, that's a serious crime right there. Like threatening people for reporting a crime.
Well, threatening to do what? He wasn't specific. He didn't threaten violence. He threatened sandwich board, which I get it. The sandwich board is scary.
Well, no, I think that would be arguable in a courtroom. I think that charges could be pressed based on the fact that he mentioned I would need my firearms. I'm pretty sure if I was to press it, that one would make it to a courtroom. I don't know what to do on him. I'm not trying to put people in prison here. So, I know if the shoe was on the other foot, they're dying to put me in prison, even though they know I've committed no crime.
If you needed any more evidence, though, that he is psychotic, okay, so he was streaming us, so you could say, oh no, he was, referring to you guys because he was streaming you, but he also went through that whole thing about Joshy, who was not here.
Josh was probably asleep.
So yeah, he just making things up in his head and then arguing about them and then deciding that the people that he made up in his head are attacking him.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And if I diagnose him or say I think he has, I don't know, PTSD or personality disorder or whatever, I'm not qualified to diagnose him. He's called me out on that before. You're right. I'm not qualified to diagnose you, Todd. But I can clearly see that you're fucked up. Whatever the medical term is, whatever the psychological term is, in English, you're fucked up. You're just fucked up. You're not right.
I don't have to be a rocket scientist to be able to identify a rocket when I see one.
That's a fair point too, sir. That is a fair point too. So we've seen enough of that, right?
It's creepy. That was just creepy.
That's what I was saying. It's creepy. Yeah, that one got really actually creepy. I mean, it's one thing. To me, it is creepy to show up to a courthouse and somebody's court date wearing a sandwich board, talking sexual smack and street preaching. That was all weird. And then there's been some other comments that he said that were weird. But that one I'm sorry.
This isn't just any sandwich board. This is a homemade sandwich board wielded from the fires of Todd's personal hell. It's like the one sandwich board to rule them all. And in the darkness, find them.
You can't miss. Well, because Todd is so short, his feet come out at the bottom of the sandwich board. I think what he said was that somehow he got a 70-inch TV or something, which I'm kind of curious about if that was maybe a gift. But he got a 70-inch TV right before coming to my court hearing, and then used the packaging to make his sandwich board, his white bread. So, but it was really actually very funny.
Yeah.
Like when I got out of the car and I was running late to get into the courtroom, or I wanted to be a couple minutes early, and we were actually running right on time. And as I'm jumping out of the car and booking it into the courthouse, I see him, and instantly I could not help. Like I literally couldn't resist from laughing out loud. It's this motherfucker wearing 2 pieces of bread, and the only thing sticking out is his head, arms, and feet. So if you got if it's a 70-inch TV, okay, let's do some math. If it's a 70-inch TV and it's the folded packaging to wrap around the 70-inch TV, you got 35 inches of sandwich board on each side, give or take. Actually, it's less because, the shoulders are, didn't he say he has big, broad shoulders? So you're talking like 30 inches, right? If his shoulders are actually that broad. And it goes all the way down to his shins.
Right.
He's like a midget running around with white bread on with sexual innuendos about Tiffany.
I'd forgotten about that early on when we were enjoying the sandwich board video. Sergeant's time over on F3, he was in his head he was doing, and I realized what he was getting at, because a TV is measured diagonally. If it's 70 inches, it's 70 inches.
Oh, that's right.
So I'm like, I'm trying to look up and Google and do the quick geometry. Remember, high school dropout, so it was hard, but
maybe 25 inches then. Yeah, probably 25 inches on each side.
I don't remember the numbers I came up with, but I put in there, and he's like, "Yep, that's right." And I'm like, "Okay."
So there's only 25 inches of Todd before you get to the shins.
There's not a lot of Todd to go around, although he seems to get around. He's everyone. Well, for the past week, not too many people are talking about him, but up until about a week ago, it seemed like everybody. I'm using that as a pejoratively. Many people on many channels were talking about him because he brings attention to himself.
Well, he pisses everybody off by mistreating them. It doesn't matter where he goes. He eventually mistreats his host, and then they call him out. Oh, hey, you all are more than welcome to watch my latest short up here if you want. It's wild.
That's gay. You want us to watch your shorts?
You should watch my short. What is it, Tiff? 61 by 38 is what Tiff came up with on the map.
Yeah, that sounds right. I'd have to do all that. It was much easier when I'm an audience member. When I'm a panelist, it's a little distracting. But we already pissed off one person for not noticing his chats. Poor guy.
Final Dad will be back. He's cool.
Yeah, he'll be back. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you want to watch Todd in action with the sandwich board, my latest short is clipped down to less than 1 minute of the action.
By the way, before I leave, can I just comment on Final Dad? Notice he said, "Oh, nobody's paying attention to me. I'm going back to F3." He only came in here as an excuse to say, "Oh, look, I'm actually over at F3." He's not leaving F3 to come watch us. He came here to make a smart-ass comment.
Okay, well, yeah, that's just.
See you later. You can talk about that all you want.
Oh, Twad's cray or
yeah. That's it.
Okay, all right. I'm going to right after this. I'm going to shut down too.
Yeah, I've got to make a call to the lawyer. We got court tomorrow. I do.
Oh, okay. Criminal, civil. Oh, you do. So it's probably best.
It's the 1998 weird one joint case that didn't exist.
The one that has nothing to do with Meade County. Kaiser and JJ doing the Kaiser and JJ thing. All right, let's give it a little look.
The builder, can he grift it or build it? Yes, he can. Coming to a town near you. He's going to be in Meade County today. Proper drivers. We got. By the way, the little minus one, that's a Regulus. Yeah. It's like addition and subtraction. I'm all about that free country. Oh, there he is, right there. Look, I'm an activist, Chris. I'm not a 1A auditor. I'm an activist. Chris, I'm an activist. I'm an activist now. I'm no longer a 1A auditor supporter. Blinded by the light. Repent. Be converted. If my people who are called by my name would but humble themselves, their knees and pray, turn their face towards God, then I would hear from heaven and the land would be healed. Stupid is, stupid is. Emotional support pickle. Are you kidding me? This is genius. All this activism is making me really hungry. Chris Ryder, I'm an activist now. Blinded by the light. I was running. Never know what you're gonna get. Something jumped up and bit me. Something bit me.
Wow.
Griff the builder. Can he grift it or build?
Yeah.
Wow. Well put together, Chris. And yeah, after you said what you did about the height on the sandwich board, I couldn't unsee it when he's right there. Little legs and feet popping out from the sandwich board.
Yeah, that was it. Just tiny little pieces of arms and feet. Yeah, the head with the big, dirty, nasty beard. His beard had shit in it. Like, I mean, he says I didn't look at him, but I did. I looked at him, and his beard had like knots of like, it looked like vomit.
God.
And he was up all night the night before. Do you remember? I think he was stalking your panel or somebody. He was on, the internet until wee hours of the morning that day. And court was, I think, 9 a.m. Now, I mean, I was up too. But...
I don't remember the details because Todd is like COVID. Do you remember when everyone was shut down and you couldn't go to the office and you had to be spatial about going to the grocery store? All that time from when the shutdown started to when they started opening things up, it's all Blur's Day. So anything Todd is also Blur's Day because it all kind of bleeds into it. So for me to say it was 4 p.m. on the 19th of June, I couldn't do that, But
well, I have a little bit better recollection of that specific date because I get the stalkers that call my phone on my court dates.
Yeah.
And it never fails. There's a Meade County employee that calls me like 4 a.m. And I do recall that I was able to hit the end button because Todd was on the internet and I was still up. So that was 4 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Man, these people need lives. They have no lives. Wow. Speaking of lives, I have one. So I'm going to end the stream.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to click right here. You guys have a great day. Ronnie Robo, Stephanie Jenks, Cliff Williams. Feck. I didn't even see you there. I should have had you come up, but we're out of time now. Have you seen Feck's stuff? He's got some good stuff.
Wait a minute. Sarge, shouldn't we rage quit?
Oh, yeah. Let's yell at each other. You
son of a, I don't know why the hell I'm always getting on this stupid fucking pill.